Hey guys, so today I'm reviewing Sistas season 9, episode 4, and this episode was okay. I feel like we're back to the basics. We're getting back to some type the new normal. We're getting back to what the new normal is going to be for all these girls' lives after everything that's happened so far. So let's just get right into the episode. So the episode starts off with Pam is at the house and she has double twins everything because Karen is coming home and Danny comes into the house and sees everything and tries to get Pam to take everything down. Pam doesn't know that Karen lost her other baby, so Pam's like, "What's wrong? I'm here welcoming the twins." So the thing is, they over here looking at Pam crazy, like, "Pam, why would you do this?" I can't blame Pam because y'all didn't tell Pam nothing. Y'all told Pam that Karen was in the hospital giving birth, and that's all she knew. She knew she was having twins. Y'all didn't tell her that the other twin died, so that's not Pam's fault. That's y'all fault. So if y'all look at Pam like she's crazy, I'm just like, but Pam didn't know. So I feel like I'm Team Pam on that one, okay? But cool. So then Lisa, Karen, Aaron, Andy and Sabrina come into the house and they see everything, and Pam's like, "Where are the babies?" And then they're looking at Pam, and then that's when I think Sabrina ends up telling Pam that one of the babies were stillborn, but the other one is still here. So then Pam knows what's going on now, and Karen, she's going through like postpartum depression, but also she's grieving the loss of her child. I think it's like a mixture of both because women do go through postpartum after birth, but she's also grieving the death of a child. So it's like 10 times worse. So Karen's just in depressed, in bed all day. She don't want to do nothing. She's just in bed, want to sleep, crying, and she's just depressed. Karen doesn't want to do anything. She's grieving right now. So then, back at Zach and Fatima's house, Zach is still in grieving mode too. Fatima's trying to be there for him, but Zach's basically like, "I'll be fine, Fatima. It's okay," and this and that and the third. So then Lisa goes into Karen's room and tries to get Karen to breastfeed. Karen's basically like, "No, I don't care about none of that." And then, Lisa's basically like, "It's okay. You need to start breastfeeding ASAP and before you dry up." And Karen's not caring because Karen is still, like I said, she's still grieving her child. So she's, but what I don't like is that Karen is abandoning the babies she already has here. She's not appreciating the babies that she already has now because she's too busy grieving the loss of the child that's not here. But what she's failing to realize, you still got a newborn baby here that you got to tend to and take care of, which I get. I get everything, but it's like, don't just abandon this baby because you lost the other baby. So just don't abandon this baby. This baby still needs care and still needs to be breastfed. It's a newborn baby. Like, you need to bond with your newborn baby. It seems like, I don't even think, did Karen even like look at the baby yet? Like, did she even like acknowledge that the baby's here? Because I feel like this baby needs, love and support too. But whatever. So then, back at the law firm, Andy's back at work, and she runs into Hayden, and Hayden's basically asking her, "Where's Gary?" and this and that. She's basically saying she don't know, and he's basically just a whole bunch of nothing. He's just basically asking, trying to taunt her, asking her where Gary's at, and she's basically saying she don't know. So then Tony comes in, kisses Danny, and then that nosy coworker that reported them last time is basically taunting Danny. She basically like, "Stay away from me because I got coffee this time," and whatever. There's a whole bunch of foolishness. So then back at the bank, Sabrina and Maurice are talking, catching up, and basically Sabrina tells Maurice that Damani's embryos that are all boys, and this and that and third, and she also tells Maurice she never wants to see Rich again, and this and that and third, and then that's when Rich walks in. So Rich walks in on them, and basically Sabrina's yelling at him to leave, and this and that and the third. And then Rich is basically like, "I don't understand why you're so mad at me, Sabrina, because you broke up with me," which I agree. Sabrina, why are you so mad at Rich when you literally broke up with him? So he can see and screw whoever he wants. It don't matter how quick it was because y'all are broken up. Y'all aren't together no more. So the fact that you're calling him a cheater and this and that and third makes him like he cheat. This is crazy. This is insane. This is stupid. This is why I don't even care about the storyline like that. Because it's stupid. Sabrina broke up with him. What is the big deal? I don't get the big deal. I don't. Granted, the person that is Penelope is like, okay, nobody was expecting Rich and Penelope, but at the same time, they were broken up, so who really cares? So then we go back to Zach's house, and Aaron comes by and gives Zach donuts. Basically, he's there to support Zach, and because she knows that Zach is grieving. And it's nice to see that Aaron and Zach are finally in a good place where they can be pals, they can be buddies, and they can check on each other when they need to, and they can just like all that bickering back and forth is over. So I'm glad to see that Zach and Aaron are finally at that place. But yeah, he basically gives Zach donuts and basically, is there for Zach. So then, Andy and Fatima have a conversation in the office, and Andy starts crying, basically saying that she loves how they do have a new baby to take, that's here, but that it does feel crazy that another baby is no longer here. And Fatima's like, you are a caring person, you love everybody, but what about you, Andy? Because you had just gone through that stuff with Hudson and not too long ago. And Andy's basically saying that she can't sleep, all she hears is gunshots and this and that. And Fatima's basically saying she's there if Andy needs her. So then Lisa and Pam try to feed Karen and take care of her, and Karen's basically going off saying that she feels lost. She's lost her baby, and she just does all she wants to do is sleep to take away the pain. So then Dr. Vaughn calls Andy and basically checking up on her and everything. And that's where he slips up that Dr. Cruz has a record of doing this to women and this and that, and mistreating women, and basically people have almost died in his care multiple times. So then, Andy basically is like, oh really? Like she's like taking this all in because she's a lawyer, so she's basically like, I'm gonna handle this like bet like it's game time because now that I know this information, yeah, we're about to build a case on you. Um, so then, back at the airport, Tony basically comes to tell Danny that he has decided to quit his job and stay in Atlanta to be with Danny, and Danny's like, don't look too excited about it, which I don't get. Danny about to piss me off. If you're really mad at this man for quitting his job to be with you after you basically try to beg him to do this, I'm over Danny. And she, at this point, let her be single. Don't let her find love because she's ruining the love of Preston. She looks like she's about to ruin the love of Tony. So Danny about to get on my nerves. So then the episode ends with Penelope showing up to the bank to try to talk to Sabrina, and Maurice and Paige try to stop her. And that's how the episode ended, and I'll see you guys next week for episode 5.